Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we are doing the NFL Week 7 predictions. Yes, we're already 7 weeks into the NFL and it's been a crazy and chaotic season like always. The NFL is full of upsets, full of good games, full of upsetting games, and full of all kinds of craziness. And there's 32 teams going at it to see who will win the Super Bowl. And only one could come down with it. But anyways guys, we're gonna get straight to this video because it's getting late, and also I might as well explain this before we get into this. This video will be uploaded past 12 a.m. on Thursday. It'll probably be uploaded, in the middle of the night. Like, we'll say, yeah, in the middle of the night at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. ish on today when this video gets uploaded, because I did this last minute again, and I just gotta hope no file corruptions happen to my stuff again, because I've had issues like that in the past. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna get straight into this video with Thursday Night Football, which is probably I'm gonna say tomorrow, but in reality you'll probably see this at like past 12 a.m. So that means it's probably today, which won't matter really much. Which is the first game? You got Broncos at Saints. The Broncos. Yeah. The Broncos honestly played efficient. They were just not getting the big plays that they wanted. Of course, there was a lot of issues with Bo Nix throwing the ball. They had that one-handed catch, which was just pure luck, which got them right back in that Chargers game. Other than that, see, everybody, I'm telling y'all, everybody instantly jumped on the Broncos, and I knew that was not the right pick to do, because, let's face it, the Broncos, they need another wide receiver on that team before I could say they could be a contender. They need more defensive players. They need more experience from Bo Nix. They don't need much to be a contender, honestly. But, it's Denver. We didn't know how they were going to look this year. They're 3-3 now, losing to the Chargers, as I took the Chargers last week. And also, guys, I had the best record last week of 10-4 on picks. Yes, I went 10-4 on games, and I'm proud of myself. Two good games this year, I should say. And honestly, it's been really rough for everybody to have a good game prediction, because the whole season's just been really wacky. So many upsetting teams and so many really unexpected teams to be good. But yeah, back to this. On the Saints side of things, though, Derek Carr obviously hurt. Spencer Rattler comes in. He actually played pretty good. He almost came back on the Buccaneers, and then, yeah, the Saints offense just stopped, and the defense also stopped, and they let up 41-27. Kind of a wild score. Was not expecting that, but I told y'all that I thought the Saints were going to put up points. I don't think Spencer Rattler's that bad, because he actually played good with South Carolina. The only reason he didn't get props for it is because he never took him to the playoff, or be near taking him to the playoff against some really, really good Alabama, Georgia teams, but we're not going into all that. I am going to take the Saints here, though. I'm still not going to jump on the Bronco train. Sean Payton's revenge game. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to win this game. I'm going to take the Saints 26-16. I don't know if this is a good pick. I'm taking Spencer Rattler to get it done this time. Or possibly Spencer Rattler. Not sure who's playing this week. Maybe it's Derek Carr, potentially. Either way, I am going to take the Saints, because I'm not ready to jump on the Bronco train, because Bo Nix is always having up and down games, and again, like I said, they're a tied record right now. So we will see what happens with that. Next game, you got Patriots at Jaguars. The Patriots, they fought against the Houston Texans. They fought hard until they let up that huge blowout game. I forgot what the score was when they won. I believe it was like something like, 21-41. And honestly, they kept it close until like that fourth quarter, I think, or that's the whole second half. Drake May, he actually didn't play bad. The Patriots actually have something in him already. I mean, yeah, he had 200 interceptions. Not that good, but I really believe in Drake May. He actually played pretty good against Houston, but Houston's just such a tough team. Patriots don't have all their, they don't got all the pieces on offense or defense just yet. Of an unexperienced quarterback, and he's playing well. He played well, going 3 touchdowns at least, but the 2 picks were not that good. On the Jaguar side of things, they got blown out in London to the Bears, and it's really sad in Jacksonville. Jacksonville fans, they thought, they were going to come in the season doing good, and they're just playing out bad, and, it's kind of sad. Gabriel Davis did have 2 touchdowns, so it was nice to see him do well, but not well enough for them to win that game. And I was really throwing that game back and forth because I thought originally I was gonna take the Jaguars to win that game in London, but something just told me, this is not gonna be the right pick. I'm gonna take the Bears, and I did, and I got earned for it. So, but this time I am gonna take the Jaguars here in a pretty much of a close game, 24-17. New England has a great defense. Should be able to stop some things that the Jaguars throw at them. The offense of the Jaguars is much more trustable than the defense or the offense of the Patriots. Unexperienced quarterback, don't know what he's still gonna look like. We could see they have a good run game though with Ramondre Stevenson. That could be their advantage there. I was almost near took the Patriots this game, but I'm gonna go rock with the Jaguars, and they're probably gonna wear their clown outfits because of how their team's performing right now in this season. Next game you got the Seahawks at the Falcons. The Seahawks, I think they had what did hold up, let me see what the Seahawks did again. They lost to the 49ers last week. In a tough spot, man. The Seahawks, they kind of blew it. And honestly, I'm not going to say this was expected, but it was kind of expected, honestly. I was expecting, 3-0 start. I thought something fishy was going on here with Geno Smith. They were playing way too well, and I already knew they would come back to earth, and here they are 3-3 now after a 3-0 start. Playing Atlanta, man, Bijan and Algier. I'm happy Bijan finally went off on a game this year. Actually, I think he did with 3 or 2 of them. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Kirk Cousins played pretty solid against the Panthers, but again, it's the Panthers. You don't really got to do much against them. Because, the Panthers are the Panthers. But I'm actually going to go with the upset here. I'm going to take Seattle to beat the Falcons. The Seahawks, I think they're going to get another win. I don't think they're going to be this terrible, terrible team. I know I said they're going to go 3-0 and fall back down to earth, but, let's be honest. I don't think they'd win the division or anything, but I think they could try to slip in a playoff spot if they play at their best. This is Atlanta, too. The only reason I'm taking the Seahawks is because I smell something fishy going on in this game. And Kirk Cousins has been playing way too well. I think maybe he's bad. He's due for another bad game. He's an up-and-down quarterback. And they played a little bit too well for the past 2 weeks. But if they win here, the Falcons are probably certified a really big contender in this playoff thing. And really big contender for the division. So I am going to take the Seahawks to win this game. I'm going to take them to win 24-20. Pretty close game. I don't think that's a bad game for Kirk Cousins, but, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, almost like the same thing. I think Kirk Cousins is better, though. But Geno, he's due for a good game after having a really rough past 3 games. Kirk Cousins has been playing pretty well this season. He's due for a loss, at least. And, enough yapping about that game. Next game, you got Tennessee going to Buffalo, the Titans. Man, dude. Will Levis sold me on that game. I had a feeling Tennessee might win. because it's crazy how they're not winning either. I know Will Levis is throwing a lot of these interceptions, but at the same time, they have all these pieces on offense. Hopkins is not getting involved enough. Tyler Boyd's not getting involved enough. Chigaquanquo is really not getting involved enough. The only two people that are actually doing something on that team is Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard, which is crazy for all the weapons they have on offense. Will Levis, though, I just don't know if he's the guy now. I mean, it's starting to become that point. I wouldn't give up on him this far or this just yet because we've still seen passes that he can make and do good at. He's still developing. The second season with Tennessee, see what he does against Buffalo. And Buffalo, honestly, I was gonna take never mind. We're gonna talk about the Bills here. The Bills, they made my Jets pick wrong. Close on that one too. The Buffalo Bills, man, their offense played good. I mean, Josh Allen played good. I mean, I just don't know about the other offense. Keon Coleman, he's finally getting involved more, and that's what they really need to do. But the biggest news for the Bills that is making them a contender all of a sudden is Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper being traded from the Browns to the Bills. That's going to really help Josh Allen. He's going to have a bigger weapon to Shakir. And Bills are going to have Shakir, Samuel, Kincaid, and Keon Coleman, and Dalton Kincaid too. That's kind of a scary offense, honestly. And I was gonna take Tennessee originally, but after the Amari Cooper trade, I am gonna take the Bills here to get the W. 34-17. This is at Buffalo. It's 1:00 game. Usually Buffalo really is. It's not really hard to predict Buffalo having big blowout games at home at 1:00 for some reason. They're just a really good football team at 1:00 at home. It's kind of crazy. But, on to the next game. Next, you got the Texans at the Packers. The Texans they had a rough start against the Patriots in the first half, and they just absolutely demolished them. Joe Mixon really helped. And I was gonna say, maybe Patriots have a chance if Joe Mixon doesn't come back, but he did, and I already knew they would win that game. And boy, they destroyed the Patriots in the second half, scoring 27 on them. And honestly, they had their own, dude. CJ Stroud is the guy. And even without Nico, I knew Tank Dell was going to have a big game because of him being out. But yeah, the Packers, on the other hand, demolished the Cardinals unexpectedly. What a performance from Jordan Love. Another 4-touchdown passing game, I think. And the Packers, they're so talented on the offense. When this happened, when they said Jordan Love was going to be the starter, I really thought they were just going to be like a bad football team. And then everybody made me wrong on that whole team. Matt LaFleur as their coach. They found their coach. They found their receivers. These are receivers I didn't think were going to perform good, and they are just doing duty work right now. Real good duty work. And, man, it's just crazy to see this Packers team be, this good again. Finding another QB with their coach. And it's crazy, man. Good job for the Packers. And, honestly, this is a pick'em game to me. Because the Packers, they've been really good the past weeks getting Jordan Love back. I guess you could say he kind of underperformed against the Rams. But other than that, been really, really solid these past 2 weeks. But yeah, I am going to take the Packers to get the W, though. I really believe in this Packers team. Maybe Nico Collins not being in this game gives them an advantage, but I really see the Packers upsetting the Texans here. And it's at home. It's in Lambeau Field. Jordan Love has everybody there. They're going to run the ball efficiently. They're going to get their receivers to run some crazy routes. They're going to get the win, 28-23. We'll see if CJ Stroud can prove me wrong. Hopefully not, because I like getting these picks right. I'd like to see what the outcome is at the end of the season. But for now, Packers win 28-23. Next game, you got the Dolphins at the Colts. The Dolphins, they were on a bye week after that ugly game against the Patriots, I think. They did get the win. Tyler Huntley, he's had another week. The good thing about having a bye week there is because, Tyler Huntley gets to play more with the Dolphins practice and gets to get more used to the offense. Getting ready against the Colts, which the Colts beat the Titans. Kind of an ugly game, if you ask me. Joe Flacco, he threw that touchdown to Pittman and sealed the victory against the Will Levis Titans. And good for the Colts, man. I mean, the Colts, they're just riding. They're just watching their team getting success going with Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson or whoever the quarterback is. And yeah, I just don't know when Anthony Richardson is going to come back. They might just start Joe Flacco for a bit longer just because, Anthony Richardson's still a rookie. Well, technically not a rookie, but technically is a rookie too because he didn't play much last year. And he's not playing much now. But honestly, this is the pick right here. Since Tyler Huntley has had time to play with the Dolphins, and since the Dolphins have more weapons than the Colts, I'm going to ride with the Dolphins one final time here. Okay? Hear me out. If they don't, then this is an issue for the Dolphins. I mean, they're wanting Tua back. Tyler Huntley wants to keep them in contention for when he does come back. And I'm going to take the Dolphins against the Colts. I know I picked against the Colts last week. I'm doing it again. Colts, this is your chance to prove me wrong. Just because Tyreek Hill, you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Tyler Huntley has had nearly 2 weeks to practice with the guys. And that should be enough time for him to get things going. He had 2 games to practice too. Didn't perform well in both of them. But I am going to take the Dolphins 21-13. Next game, you got game of the week right here. This is Lions at Vikings. This is for the number 1 spot in the division for the first time. So, the Lions, oh my goodness, they proved me wrong. I really picked against them. I should have never picked against the Lions in that game. They just, man, good for Lions. 47-9. They were just demolishing Dallas. Dan Campbell keeping Jared Goff out there just to destroy him even more. And it's just wow, they just embarrassed Dallas. I mean, Dallas is kind of cooked right now. They're 3-3. After that horrible performance against the Lions, Dak Prescott is not playing good right now. Their whole team is kind of falling apart here. They really miss Brandon Cooks, and man, it's been doom or gloom for the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, the Vikings also losing Aiden Hutchinson probably for the year, I think they said, breaking his leg in that game. And that's just sad. That's really sad. I'm looking at the Lions possibly getting Mason Crosby or something, or Max Crosby, my bad. But yeah, I just don't know what's gonna happen with the Lions on defense now. Obviously, losing Aiden Hutchinson is gonna be a lot, but it is what it is. They can't do nothing about it right now. On the other hand, the Vikings, they also had a bye week after beating the Jets. Kind of an ugly game for Sam Darnold, but no need to panic. They're still 5-0. And honestly, the Lions, I picked against them last week. I also picked against Minnesota last week. But I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions to get the big dub against the Vikings. Close game, 27-23. And should be a fun game no matter what. If the Vikings end up winning this game, man, Minnesota is going to be screaming Sam Darnold's name. Because not only will they beat the Lions and steal the breaker for the first game, they'll be 2 games ahead of the Lions. And we'll just see what happens. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Lions are going to pull off the upset. Or is it an upset? Don't know if it's an upset. But yeah. Next game, you got Eagles at Giants. The Eagles. Ugly win against the Browns. Eagles have really, underperformed this year. They have so much talent on the offense. Offensive line, defense, special teams. And they're just wasting it. Somebody's got to go. Because someone is, especially the offense. The offense has just not been good and playing at good, levels at all. Saquon's been playing good, but other than that, Devontae Smith is not getting involved enough. That Jahan Dotson trade really made me say they were going to be a Super Bowl contender. Right now, he's I don't even think he's got a catch in the past 3 games. And it's kind of crazy, man. And A.J. Brown, he looked good against the Browns at least. Defense played. They tried to play against Deshaun Watson. I mean, it was Deshaun Watson, so they didn't really have to do much, but still, ugly performance against the Eagles. And then, meanwhile, the Giants, they played the Bengals on Sunday Night Football, and that didn't go well. They had trouble against our defense. And guess what? We're all happy about it. Not all of you, probably. But, I mean, a win is a win. But yeah, seriously, the Giants, they played decent. Daniel Jones, he didn't. I mean, it was an ugly game for both teams. Daniel Jones, he played really, really mid. Threw an interception. Going for it on 4th down twice. It's kind of a crazy call from the coach and Coach Dable, I mean. And the Giants, they're really missing Malik Neighbors. They need him back ASAP because they probably had a real shot at beating us since our offense really didn't perform that well against the Giants front or any of that. But guys, this is the NFL. This is the Eagles and Giants game. I'm going to take the Eagles to get a massive win. 37-14. For some reason, every time the Eagles play the Giants, they just always demolish and just destroy the Giants. Except for that one game last year at the end of the season, I think. But, I mean, they just destroy the Giants every single game, and I'm not picking against them just yet. Tracy Jones Jr., Tyrone Tracy Jr., whoops. He's been playing solid. Didn't get much going against the Bengals, so therefore, Giants really missed their key players on that team right now. But yeah, Eagles, you get the big win this time. Do not let me down if you lose to the Giants. I swear I will never pick you to win the game again. Next game, you got the Raiders at Rams. The Raiders, horrible performance against the Steelers. Their offense is terrible. They lost Devontae Adams to the Jets, and everything has just went down for the Raiders. They had a lot of optimism going into the season, Oh, we have Minshew now, maybe he's going to perform well. No, he did not, which is a big surprise to me. Because he's actually performed well on other teams. He's been to, he's been to 4 different organizations now. And it's kind of crazy. Minshew, I really thought he was going to be somewhat the answer in Las Vegas, but he was not. The run game is terrible. They lost Devontae Adams. Jacoby Myers, I think, is hurt or something. Not sure if he's going to be playing this game. On the other side, the Rams, they also had a bye week. After the very, 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 very odd performance against the Packers. Winnington was their leading receiver. Kyron Williams had 102 rushing yards. He played good. But other than that, the Rams, they should be able... I'm not sure what's going on with injuries right now. But I believe they're getting either Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua in this game. And that would really, 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 really help them on this offense. At least they'll have Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, or either Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. If not, I'm not sure. But either way, even if they don't have them both or only have one of them or don't even have either one, I'm going to take the Rams to get this win here, 27-10. I don't believe in the Raiders anymore. I think their defense is still solid, but man, the Raiders, bro. What a terrible downfall they had this year. Really, really bad. Next game, you got Panthers at Washington Commanders. The Panthers, they tried to fight against the Buccaneers, and then they blew it in the second half. And, yeah, that's pretty much how that went. We got to talk about the offense, though. The offense of the Panthers has actually looked pretty decent ever since Bryce Young was benched. And, yeah, they need to do something. Panthers, you guys got to do something organizational stuff this year, because I mean, it's just really sad, dude. This franchise is just really, really sad right now. They're not getting nothing going. Nothing's happening with the Panthers or anything. They have one win. They're 5 losses, and it's sad. The Washington Commanders, on the other hand, they fought against the Ravens. Jane Daniels, he had his ups and downs against that game. And honestly, until they gave up the game winner, or game sealer, they played hard. Jane Daniels, he has got to be Rookie of the Year. Either him or Caleb Williams right now, because Caleb Williams has been playing really good, but honestly, he deserves it because he doesn't really got any offensive weapons besides Terry McLaurin, but he's making weapons by himself. And it's just crazy, man. Jaden Daniels, congratulations to him, man. He's playing good. So, therefore, this should not be a hard pick. I am going to take the Washington Commanders against the Panthers. Probably a blowout game, 33-13. Yeah, I just have no more faith to the Panthers because don't matter the quarterback. They just suck right now. Sorry, Panthers. Maybe another 20,000 years. Next game you got is the Chiefs at 49ers. The Chiefs also having a bye week after beating the Saints. And they took so much time of possession in that game. They're still dealing with key injuries. Not really much to talk about the Chiefs after being on a bye week. Nothing really going. Obviously, they're banged up right now. Pacheco's still out. Rashee Rice is still out. Travis Kelce, we don't know how he's going to perform. He's older, so don't know how they're going to get this game going at all. I think it's still going to be a close game here. The 49ers, on the other hand, they just whooped the Seahawks. Well, they didn't really whoop them. They let up some points, but the 49ers got the win. Deebo Samuel had that big touchdown. And then Isaac, can't pronounce his last name, but that guy from Louisville's running back, has had a really good game against the Seahawks. And it's crazy. The 49ers have a crazy run game right now. They have that Louisville running back. They have Christian McCaffrey. They have Elijah Moore. Now they have Jordan Mason too. It's crazy, man. Like, how do you have all these running backs that are injured? And then they have, like, another one that, like, barely got any touches but still played okay. But, man. But that means something for the 49ers. And honestly, good for them. They're getting back together. They're back at 500. I am going to take them to beat the Chiefs. Probably, I smell a close game for some reason. Don't know why. But I am going to take the the 49ers over the Chiefs. 24-29. Maybe Harrison Butker goes for 5 field goals or something. Something crazy. Who knows? Should be a good game. Super Bowl rematch in San Francisco. I am going to take the 49ers. Just because Chiefs, these guys are banged up. They should not even be 5-0 either. Had so many close games. Doesn't matter what happens. As long as they make the postseason, they're going to be good. So, 49ers win 34-29. Next game we got which I think is Sunday Night Football. You got Jets at Steelers. The Jets acquiring Davante Adams last night, or yesterday, I should say. And good job for the Jets. I mean, they're just doing too much for Aaron Rodgers at this point, though. If Aaron Rodgers still plays under par with Davante Adams on that team, I mean, that's going to be crazy. They get to reunite, though. We'll see how they play. They have a stacked offense now. Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Tyler Conklin, Davante Adams. I mean, they got weapons all over the place now. Aaron Rodgers should... I mean, the only thing that's rough with the Jets is that offensive line, honestly. And the Jets, they came up short against the Buffalo Bills. They had a Hail Mary against them. That game was just off the bars in the first half. And then the second half, it was kind of a slow game. And then, yeah, they could have won it. They threw an interception. Buffalo ends up winning. And the Steelers, on the other hand, some reason, they might start Russell Wilson. Like, dude, you know, just do it. Just do it, Pittsburgh. Please start Russell Wilson. I'm ready for you to lose. Like, bro, what are they doing? Justin Fields got some at a 4-2 record. He ran for 2 touchdowns last week. Their defense played really good last week. And, yeah, the Steelers, they actually did good. Now, I'm not sure who's playing this game because I've heard rumors that Russell Wilson might be starting this week. And I've heard a lot of things going on right now with the Steelers. I am going to take the Jets just because they get Davante Adams. They should be able to get this W. It's in Pittsburgh. It might be a problem. Kind of a closer game. I got the Jets winning 31-23 here. And if the Jets still manage to lose this game, I don't know anymore. Y'all got to get it together. Next game, you guys got Monday. You got 2 Monday Night Football games. The first one being the Ravens and Buccaneers. The Ravens went toe-to-toe with the Commanders, took it slow, played well. Derrick Henry is crazy, running all over the place. And honestly, the Ravens, good for them, man. They deserve all the props. They started 0-2, now they're 4-2 now. Playing Tampa Bay, which, you know, Tampa Bay, yeah, Baker did throw 3 interceptions, but they actually found a little bit of a run game with Bucky Irving and Scene. Or, whoever that one guy. Forgot his name. It was Sean or Scene or whatever, something. On the, Bucks, and good for them, man. Good for both these teams. This should be a fun and really, 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 really close game. If I'm predicting this. I am going to give the edge to Baltimore. I hope the Buccaneers, if I get a pick wrong, I hope this is the one, because I really want the Buccaneers to beat the Ravens, and I really want the Jets to beat the Steelers, and I need the Bengals to beat the Browns. But yeah, Ravens, you get the win against Tampa Bay, 20-19. Really close game. Maybe Justin Tucker pulls off a last-second field goal. Buccaneers really have a tough defense. Maybe they can stop the run a little bit. But Lamar Jackson's way too good, so I am going to take the Ravens here to get the W. Last game, you got Chargers at Cardinals. The Chargers, I took them. They played decent. Jim Harbaugh, man, he had to go. He had like an illness on the sideline. That was a crazy game. Like, the first opening of that game, people were just getting hurt. Coaches were leaving sickness. Like, bro, what? What was that first... What was that first 5 minutes of that football game? That was just crazy. The Chargers got the win, though. Justin Herbert, he's playing okay. I mean, he's not playing bad. The run game, though, they're playing pretty good. J.K. Dobbins had a good game. Justin Herbert, you know, he's throwing for 237 yards. And, yeah, good for him, man. Justin Herbert, taking his team. Everybody doubted the Chargers this year. They're 3-2. Maybe they can spark something here against the Cardinals, which, on the other hand, the Arizona Cardinals got demolished against the Packers. Their stats didn't look too bad, but they just fumbled. They were fumbling the ball like crazy, apparently, in that game. Not sure really what happened. Kyler Murray had a rough day. And, honestly, this is a really, really, really interesting game because I really like the Chargers now that I see them, and I also like the Cardinals still now that I've seen how many games they played. However, this is being played in Arizona, and the Chargers defense, I don't know if they're going to have Kyler Murray. Don't know. Both teams have a run game. Defenses have been pretty icky. I guess they give the edge Chargers, but I am going to go with the home team here. I'm going to pick the Cardinals. Again, they're my dark horse team. I think they're still going to win games. Don't think they're going to stop here anytime soon. Going to take the Cardinals in kind of a shootout game, 31-24 against the Chargers. And then, guys, I have one last game. I totally forgot about my team. Like, that's crazy. How do you forget your own team? Stupid me. Last game you got, which is actually at 1 o'clock. The other game was at Monday night. Ravens-Bucks. Chargers-Cardinals was at Monday night football. This is a 1 o'clock game. Bengals at Browns. The Bengals, the defense played much, much better. Only allowing seven points against the Giants. And that was like toward the end of the game. And honestly, give props to the Bengals defense. They got BJ Hill and Mike Hilton back. And that actually made a really big difference. So maybe we see something here with the defense. The offense on the other side didn't play that well. They played well enough. Burrow running for 47 yards for the touchdown. That was unexpected. That was not on my sheet of predictions. That was just out of nowhere. I was like, holy crap, man. And other than that, the Bengals, I still think they're going to be good on offense. Don't think it's going to panic or anything. They're playing the Cleveland Browns, which the Browns lost Amari Cooper to the Bills. But Nick Chubb, I think, is going to be returning against the Bengals. And this Bengals defense really is going to have to play well against him. If we can hear me out. Sorry, my voice is getting I've been really not feeling well today. I've had a headache and everything, so sorry if I sound weird today, but I really need to get these picks out so y'all can see them. But the Browns, if the Bengals can stop the run, if they can stop Nick Chubb from running all over the place and let him turn back to form, we've done pretty well at stopping Nick Chubb in the past, except for like the past two games, or past game, that one game in Cleveland. Other than that, we've been pretty good at stopping him. We're gonna have to stop him if we can win. If we're gonna able to win this game, we're gonna have to stop Nick Chubb. And since they've lost Amari Cooper, and I can't pick against my Bengals ever, I am gonna go Cincinnati and Cleveland. I know we don't show up against the Browns in Cleveland, but the Bengals know what position they're in. They're gonna have to show up in Cleveland. Hopefully getting the win here. I got the Bengals winning 31-17. Deshaun Watson is just, they need to start Jameis Winston. I don't know what the Browns are doing. I mean, I understand y'all paid him that contract, still want him to play, see if you can see anything else in him, but there's nothing else in him. He's cooked. Deshaun Watson is just absolutely cooked. And it's kind of sad for the Browns. I mean, losing Amari Cooper now, but getting Nick Chubb. But you don't know how Nick Chubb's going to look coming back. So it's another advantage from the Bengals. The offense knows what they have to do here. I believe in them to get it done against Cleveland. And that's going to do it for my picks and predictions, guys. Make sure you like it, subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. I'm going to get this crap edited so you guys can see it. Because my voice is hurting. I have a big headache. I've been yapping for almost 40 minutes. About to be on the 40-minute mark. And that is the end of this video. Peace out, everybody. And enjoy the video. Wait a minute. This is not the end of the video. Again, I forgot. Okay. We have two bye week teams, which is the Cowboys and Bears. Nothing really to say there. that's just pretty much it. I just wanted to say that because, people, never mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, bye week teams are Cowboys and Bears. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and peace out.